Hello YouTube, Jason from Renegade Rants Comics here, and today I've got a package to open up from Colossus Collector and Dan's X-Men. So I basically got on a claim sale that they had a couple weeks ago and kind of been just waiting to open this up, so let's see what we get. Here's what we got in the package here. The worst part is I kind of don't even remember what I bought. I had a general idea. Truly say very well packaged, so if anyone's wondering how they come, let's see what we got. Okay, kind of like that. So they put all the books and then another pack, and then we've got the tabs. So alright, so the first one that I got, I'm pretty sure I got this from Colossus, was Lobo #1. And then I got the Uncanny X-Men 275 and the Uncanny X-Men 276. And then I kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to get these or not, but I grew up in the 80s and I was a big He-Man fan. I remember I didn't have the actual He-Man action figure like the normal one, and I always wanted Skeletor, and I don't know why I'm not just going and picking them up, because they have an Ollie's close to me that it's about 20 bucks right now, but I just kind of, I have a few figures, but I'm not really into that as much, but I really want to get a Skeletor and maybe a He-Man. But this was the Masters of the Universe mini-series. So we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. So my trip to North Carolina, I was going to go down and see my dad. Weather just got away from me. It really did. He had reported, I know North Carolina, like the top end, was getting a crap ton of snow and a bunch of ice. He sent me a video of his house. He had about 2 or 3 inches of ice on a ramp that goes down in front of the house. And I just decided that last year, 2024, was not a great year for me driving anywhere. So I hit 4 deer and went through about 3 vehicles. And I don't buy new because my job has me on the road so much that I drive between 40 to 50,000 miles a year. So I usually, because I was an auto mechanic, I pick up a, beater, throw some parts in it, drive it until it's not feasible, and I'm kind of at the point where I don't want to have to replace the current vehicle I got because I like it. So, since I didn't go down to North Carolina, they had a small convention. So Saturday, my friend Sean, his girlfriend Heidi, and they were gracious enough to let me sit in the back seat and ride down with them. They went to the Goliath Con comic convention that was down in Syracuse, or outside of Syracuse a little bit in the Liverpool area. I don't want to say bad things about it, but it was not... I think the weather had a lot to do with it. They had the Red Ranger there. They had WWE superstars Matt Riddle and Elias were there. It was $20 to get in. And it was kind of in like a sports complex. I didn't even bother taking any video of it because they literally had 2 comic vendors. One guy had 2 short boxes. There was a decent amount of comics at the other table, but I think it was from the guy that was actually running the event. And from what I kind of overheard, it looked like a lot of vendors didn't show up. Like they had paid for their spot, but they just didn't bother showing up. $20 to get in and like 5 boxes kind of, made it a little not fun in my opinion. And then they were supposed to have a panel with the Red Ranger at 1 p.m. and a bunch of people were actually over there sitting, and it wasn't until 1:20 when they announced that they weren't even going to bother having him come over. So, not knocking him, stuff happens and whatever, but I probably would have skipped it if I had known that's what it was going to be. But you live and you learn. I did get a couple books from there. First one I got is a Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine #6. And this may be in a giveaway because I already have this. And I use the Key Collector app on my phone kind of thing, and I usually look stuff up, but it was in the 50-cent bin. So I'm like, I'll just grab it. And of course I already have it. This one's actually not in great shape, but I think I'm going to bag and board it, and then I'm going to start putting together like either a Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine or go through a lot of my duplicates and try to come up with something for the, a giveaway. Next one I got, and this one I've been dreaming of owning, is from Malibu. It's the Protectors #20 with our favorite hero of the day in there, which would be, if I can find him. Well, I know he's in here. My boy, the Ferret. So this again was 50 cents, so can't pass that up. And this one actually surprised me. So I actually kind of threw a picture of this up in another video. And this is one of the first comics I read that was in my Uncle Vern's collection kind of thing. And I've seen prices on this for like $10, going around the horn kind of thing. Found this for $1. So it's Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes, number 212. So it wasn't a total waste. I was able to pick this up, but again, and I'm not trying to knock the people that ran it, because when you have vendors that don't show up and you have certain celebrities you have to pay, I understand you're trying to get the money at the door to cover costs on the venue and that, but to me it was a little much for what they had. So There's another one coming up in March, I think the Syracuse Collectors Con. Hoping that maybe I can meet up. I think Brandon from Mon Comics is going to be down there. I know Christopher Parker and I kind of were messaging back and forth because I wasn't sure if he was still going to go to the Goliath Con or not. And because him and Brandon were supposed to go to this, and things fell through. And then, of course, my plans fell through from being gone. So that's pretty much what I have. Now, the one thing that did come up on the trip, which actually I'm glad that I went down with everybody. So Sean and I were kind of just talking. And I don't know if I'm going to do a video on this or not. If anyone is available Wednesday the 26th at 8 p.m. on the Son of Crimes channel, and I'll try to put a link down below in the description. We're going to be doing a live stream, and a bunch of other guys going to be on it as well. And I may bring this up, but Sean and I were talking about, like, you know, when you go to Terrificon, because we're planning on going this year, and I go with them every year, about creator signatures. So, you know, you get them on a book, and I'm kind of over it because I've had just about everybody that I wanted to have sign something has signed it. And then we got talking about, I've seen on some channels where they've actually found inside the first page, you know, a Jack Kirby or a John Byrne or, you know, even a Stan Lee. And, you know, then you send them off to get them graded so you can get a, you know, slabbed. But you never get to see that signature again. So wouldn't it be better to keep that in a raw, and then every once in a while you could pull it out and look at it? I mean, I get that you want to protect it, but... So then we got talking about, well, what books have people had creators sign, or, you know, that they actually didn't really work on, if that makes any sense. So... like, everybody's up in arms with Roy Thomas now with the whole Wolverine thing, you know. He basically came up with the name, threw it out there to have, you know, it just probably as a one-off, you know. And then it was the other creators that made the Wolverine character pop, you know. And then Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and Roy Thomas wanted credit as a creator on it. You know, and then, but we got talking, and it's like, well, I had Chris Claremont sign, you know, the first Wolverine ongoing series that he had, and I think I had him sign the, in the number 10 with a Sabretooth. So, you know, would you have Chris Claremont sign a Hulk 181? Because if he is, I believe, in my opinion, and Sean and I kind of agreed on that, is responsible for Wolverine being the character that he is now. So, or would he even sign it? Because I know there's some creators that won't sign certain books, and you know, I get that. But, like, you know, Stan Lee. Stan Lee could have signed anything because it was usually Stan Lee's name in it, but it, you know, Stan Lee probably just signed whatever you wanted him to sign, even if it said Marvel on it. You know, but would you want a creator to sign a book that they may not have worked on, but they had a definitive impact on how the character is known now, or the popularity of the character? So I just thought that was kind of an interesting concept. So down in the comments below, and if you like this sort of thing, please like, subscribe, you know, share. But down in the comments below, do you think that having a creator that is synonymous with the character sign a book that he may or may not have actually worked on is okay? Just throwing it out there for some feed. So that's about all today. Trying to do a little bit shorter video, But let me know what you think. What did you think of the pickups? I got to get everything bagged and boarded. Again, the He-Man wasn't in great shape, but really happy to get that. I want to thank Colossus and Dan Sexman for, sending them off, and communication was absolutely fantastic on that. Like, and they let me know when they shipped and stuff like that, and I knew that they would be good. So I hope everyone has a good week. Not really sure what we're gonna do for next week's video. Hope to see everybody on the live stream on Wednesday, and have a good one.